I'm Joe Elmore, President and CEO of Charleston Animal Society, and you are our volunteers, and this message is especially for you. I hope that you and your loved ones are safe and healthy during this ongoing national crisis. And as we've learned today, over 7,000 South Carolinians now have succumbed to the COVID virus. This reminds us that we must remain vigilant. We must ensure everyone's safety, especially those here, our workers, our employees, our volunteers that are itching to come back so that we can care for the animals that you love and that we love. And also allow us to help other organizations save animals across our state and elsewhere when they're overwhelmed. This vigilance is why a year ago I put in place a suspension of our volunteer activities here in the physical plant, the shelter building. Our foster volunteers and our off-site volunteers are still active because the risk of virus transmission is really low. But again, we have to minimize the number of people in the building here because we just can't take the chance. For example, if the virus were to break out and it infects our clinic staff, then we would not be able to provide the life-saving care to the animals. And that's why we've had these precautions in place for a year now. And we're going to continue those precautions for a bit longer until we reach a point of safety. And I know you understand that, but I also know that you want to come back and you want to participate in the life-saving care of the animals. And I understand that. All of us understand that. And that's why I'm bringing you this update today. We've learned much over the last year, as many of us have learned over the last year. And we've been making changes, a number of changes, in how we provide that life-saving care to the animals, so that we're ready for you when we bring you back in and you share those gifts of love and care with the animals, and all of us, quite frankly. So some of the changes that you'll see when we make that call and are ready for you to come back in will be that you all know Santana, who is our volunteer coordinator. I needed Santana to go into other roles of life-saving care where we had gaps, and that was in the best interest of those animals because she's such a talented individual when it comes to that. We're going to be restructuring our own site volunteer program in a few ways, and we've brought on a new volunteer administrator to provide that oversight of not only our direct service volunteers, such as those of you who volunteer in the shelter, but our leadership volunteers, all of those volunteers that are involved in committees, and most importantly, our governance volunteers, our board of directors. So we're going to deploy volunteers in a much more efficient manner in response to what we've learned from this COVID environment. One of the things that I want to do is to introduce to you Andrew Peiffer, our volunteer administrator. This is a new position, and this is an individual that you will have contact with, but you will also be working with staff that are serving as liaisons to each of the critical functions within our organization. So I'm going to take a little bit of time now and introduce you to Andrew Peiffer, our new volunteer administrator.
My name's Andrew Peiffer, and I'm very excited to join the Charleston Animal Society team. Getting started here, it's become immediately clear to me just how important volunteers are to the work of this organization, and I want to thank you for caring about these animals and for putting that care into action. I'm very grateful to be joining an organization that has such incredible support from our community, and I look forward to getting to know you and getting to work with you.
So we're very excited about having Andrew on board as our volunteer administrator, providing oversight to all of our volunteer activities across the animal shelter campus here on Remount Road, or the sanctuary, the resale store, deployments across the region when hurricanes hit, the whole works. When you come back soon, you'll see Angel, you'll see Santana, you'll see all of the old faces, but some of us will be in different roles, and that's so that we can fill those gaps and improve the life-saving care of the animals. It's a great team here, and you are very much a part of that team. You're a part of that family. Remember that. Stay tuned for our 147th annual meeting coming up on March 14th, where we're going to make a very big announcement at the virtual presentation. So you can watch it from the safety of your home, and stay tuned for more communications from Andrew about how we're going to incrementally bring you back into the volunteer fold over the next few months. So I just wanted to bring you up to date on where we are, remind you that we miss you, we love you, and that we're going to be back together soon. Stay safe, stay healthy. Charleston Strong.